Thanks. Oh. Sorry. Is that okay? I think in light of New Year celebrations that we've had today, that this poem's probably more appropriate for this week anyway. So, so it's called Daddy's Little Girl. Dear Daddy's Little Girl, I hope God will bless me with you one day. I hope you have your mother's heart, your father's wit, the resilience of your grandmothers, and the charm of your grandfathers. I hope one day you'll come to me and say, Dad, I hope I find a guy with who I can have the same kind of love as you and Mum. And I'll reply, I hope you don't. Because in this life, even unconditional love has conditions. They just happen to be the responsibility of the giver instead of the receiver. To love unconditionally, you must love wholly and absolutely, despite what they say, what they do, what they don't, what they are, what they aren't, what they could be, what they should be. But no strings attached, right? How quickly it can feel like you're a puppet, forced to dance to and fro for their amusement. Thank God our noses don't grow when our no's are really yeses and our yeses are really no's. Thank God that our hearts aren't one of the 43 muscles it takes us to smile smiles we know we don't really mean at that moment. Thank God wedding bands come off just as easily as they go on. Because that's where the test begins. Question 1, is this a ring or a shackle? Question 2, are you bound by commitment or bound by commitment? Question 3, is till death do us part metaphorically or literally? Because I've seen a lot of people who have become dead to one another, whose hearts gave up long before their bodies did. The walking dead, with cavities in their chest, finding it hard to swallow that what was no longer is. And baby girl, I don't ever want that for you. I don't want you to feel, I don't ever want you to feel like you tried to love with all you had, but somehow seemed to always come up short. I don't ever want you to start a sentence with, maybe if I don't ever want you to feel like daddy sold you a dream that was really a nightmare. So let me share 10 lessons in love that even I'm still learning. Lesson 1, love is not enough. Lesson 2, good intentions are not enough. Lesson 3, you are enough. Lesson 4, you are enough. Lesson 5, you are enough. Lesson 6, sometimes the one you love will come packaged to you with wounds others caused. Lesson 7, even after you put balm on those wounds, they might still bleed every now and again, and unfortunately, that's just part of the healing process. Lesson 8, love is knowing that they can bring out the best in you or the beast in you, and having to remind yourself every single time their tongue becomes a whip that you did not marry a lion tamer. Lesson 9, sometimes love means cutting parts of yourself off and throwing them overboard so the boat won't sink. You hope they float so they can one day come, so you can come back one day and retrieve them. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Lesson 9.1, new trees can grow from old stumps. Lesson 10, love is hard. I've got the scars to prove it. I hope one day you'll see that even though I lost some of the battles, I won every war. I want you to see that I fought the good fight until death did us part. I pray that when you look at my back, you won't see a single scar from running away from my vows, through worse, through poorer, through sickness. I faced them all with your mother and we lived to tell the tale. And if I ever had to write it down, I'd probably start it like this. Dear Daddy's little girl, I hope God will bless me with you one day. I hope you have your mother's heart, your father's wit, the resilience of your godmothers, and the charm of your grandfathers. I hope one day you'll come to me and say, Dad, I hope I find a guy with who I can have the same kind of love as you, Mum. And I reply, I hope you don't. I don't want you to have what we have. I want you to have better. I want you to build upon the love that was used to birth you. I want you to experience heights of love higher than Daddy could ever throw you. I want you to experience embraces of love that are tighter than any hug Daddy could ever give you. And I want you to stick the landing of every low moment you find yourself in. Stay there as long as you need to catch your breath. Breathe through it, always. Rest if you need to, but life's valleys aren't the place to make your bed and lay. But if you ever happen to, that will be the only time you have my permission to jump, jump, jump. Propel yourself back to where you need to be. And make sure your beloved is one who will be there with you through thick and thin. Even when feelings are racing, remember that this is a 3-legged marathon, not a 2-person sprint. You get to the finish line together and not at all. Run your race, run it well. I'll be waiting for you at the end so we can take our victory lap together. You come from a family of winners, you know. You aren't even here yet, and you've already won me over. That's my girl. I look forward to meeting you one day. Come quickly, just not too quickly. Please take my sense of time and study your mother's, otherwise we'll be waiting for, never mind. I love you, yours and forever, Daddy.